Give it up for David Hadyn Jones and then eventually Gil! Hey, what's up? The boys are back in town. 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 Woo! Get it? Oh, come on! Vegas, baby! Give me a what? Yeah. Hey, you gave it to me. I didn't even know what that was. That was just sounds. Wow. Just noises. How did you know they were gonna whoop whoop with you? I didn't. I trusted them. Wow. Well, listen, 2 cons ago, I got the audience to do goat bleeding with me. Not to be confused with goat bleeding. That's why I was gonna pause. That's animal sacrifice. I was gonna pause you. There was no, bleating. Bleat. Yeah. It's very, that's one you want to articulate. Definitely. Yeah. Otherwise, where's Gil? Do you want me to go find him? Is he pooping? Probably. I always like to blame absences on pooping. And by the way, if you're getting a DM from me, chances are I'm pooping. Come on, man. Did someone woo that? Woo! Yeah! Taking your phone into the bathroom. Are you feeling okay? I got a lot of DMs yesterday. Well, I'm just kidding. I didn't. Well, you get special DMs. That's not true.
You get DMs.
I'm in the shower. On that note, I will leave you all in the very capable and soft hands of David Hadyn Jones.
I think they turned my mic off.
Liz.
There we go. How's everybody doing? It's a nice full house. Happy Friday in Vegas, y'all. It's feeling good. I'm feeling kind of naked up here with my buddy Adam and now my new buddy Gil, but they're finding him. They're gonna find him. What was he doing? He's just wandering around, looking for a bathroom. Okay. My name is David Hadyn Jones. I play a character named Arthur Ketch on a show called Supernatural. Perhaps you've heard of it. Happy 2023, y'all. I'm feeling good. Do we feel free? Do we feel alive? Do we feel like we're getting on the other side of this mess? Yeah? It's coming back? Good deal. I would ask you how your vacation was, but I would just get random noises thrown at me, so we'll talk about it at dinner with Davey and the meet and greets. Do we have any, by the way, as you know, these panels only go as well as your questions, so don't be shy. And what inevitably always happens is, there's always a slow start, and then everyone rushes to the end once we get going. So if you have a question, Skylar, if you're out there, where is she? She's already there. See? See? Good. Already lined up. So in the absence of Gil McKinney, if you have a question for Gil McKinney, you can still come and ask them, and I will answer them as Gil McKinney. He's got a little bit of a southern thing like the boys, right? Gil McKinney? But he sings like an angel. And I'm not being coy. He really does. He has such a beautiful voice. Yeah, I would love him to sing me to sleep while gently caressing my hair and then putting his finger gently on my lips and saying, "No words." Someone write that on AO3, okay? Finish it off for me. That's what she said. Okay. Yeah, an office joke is too far. I get it. All right. I'm already channeling Adam Fergus. He's in me. Oh, geez.
That is what she
said. He would be so proud of that joke right now. He'd be so happy being inside me. What?
David. My name is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. Sorry you had to hear all that. You have such a sweet, demure voice.
I missed you. I'm okay.
Okay.
First of all, I was upset I didn't get a new Christmas movie from you this year.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, don't be upset at me.
I know.
You know to write a sternly worded email to.
I know. Anyway, my question goes way back to your one episode of Buffy and just any memories you have from being in that.
Oh, fun. You know Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I assume there's a lot of you that would be a crossover. They're actually trying to do a Buffy Supernatural crossover event in the UK with actors who have been on both. And guess who was? Hi!
Rob?
So I'm very proud of that. Buffy, you have to understand too, I had just moved to Los Angeles. I was there in my second year, so I was just an up-and-coming aspirational actor. And Buffy season 3 was like, Buffy was a hit show at that point. So do I smell a gill?
Yes.
Oh, do I ever? Oh! Elvis has arrived. Hey, buddy.
Hi. How's it going?
A little bit of red eye, a little bit of fish eye.
Why don't you pair two now?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You can take care of business with me.
So I'm just finishing up a Buffy.
Yeah, finish your Buffy story.
I told them you were pooping. Is that okay? Is that acceptable? And then they were saying,
obviously,
no, he's roaming the halls.
We're like family.
Aimlessly. Yeah, exactly.
I don't usually poop at conventions.
Good to know. Sharing is caring. So Buffy was just an incredible opportunity, and I think it was very interesting too. I went in, it was a very similar thing actually, where I went in as a Cockney, and they said no, they want a posh, because I play a different form of a Men of Letters, the Watchers, right? So I was it was a great guest star. I was super excited to be on the show, but I'm the classic, any Star Trek fans here? Yeah. From the OG, right?
Yeah.
I was the disposable red guard, right? Like, hey, Ensign, what's your name? Go down to the planet and check out that blob with your phaser set on stun. And I was the watcher who, had to feed Kralik the water, and Kralik in his chamber escaped because of my mishap. And of course, who was the first one to get it? They discover Hobson with his neck.
This is the original Buffy or
Buffy the Vampire Slayer? No, not the movie. There's another reboot?
I thought they did a reboot.
This is the TV show with Galar. Is it Geller or Galar? Have we figured that out?
Geller.
She says Galar.
She says Galar. Well, then.
Too bad. You're ours now, Sarah Michelle. We own you. Anyways, thank you for that question. Yeah, so I think that would be cool to have a Supernatural Buffy crossover con. So make it happen. Yeah, sure. Hi, Gil.
Hey, buddy.
I missed you.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you want to say what you're actually doing?
I was going to the bathroom.
Were you gambling?
Just number one, though. I was gambling.
Number one with a bullet.
They had to pull me away from the tables.
Gil's on the tables again. Well, they're very nice. Say hi to Gil, everybody. Once again. Proper.
I had to get creation to go ahead and give me my check up front.
Where did you get these, by the way? Are they just
I have no idea.
Just hanging around?
I found them in a drawer in my house.
In a drawer?
Yeah, I was like, I'll just bring these for David and I.
Thank you. Feels real good.
Yeah, these are pretty sweet. They got EP on the front and TCB on the sides. Y'all know what that means?
No.
Taking care of business.
That's what you were doing.
David, I was taking care of business.
TCB.
Now, I don't usually poop at conventions. I think it's like, when I was a kid.
You're welcome.
I never pooped at school when I was a kid. I was like terrified to poop at school. I don't know if anybody else. Anybody else? Anyone?
Everybody.
Come on, raise your hand.
See, I was the opposite. I'd go poop in the principal's office.
Oh.
I'd be like,
On the desk?
a Cleveland steamer on his desk. I was wild.
The Cleveland Steamers, that's on his chest. Sorry. Too much?
And people were worried that they would miss Adam. Thank you. Thanks, Gil. Pull up the slack. I think we should take a question.
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right, sure.
Let's get one over there. We did one over there.
Hi, I want to say love your glasses.
Thank you.
My question is for David.
Great.
Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. I'm just gonna hang out.
Well, David was here last year and he was telling us about his composting. And so I'm wondering how your worms are doing this year.
Oh, why thank you for asking.
Composting. I thought you said con-posting. What did you post?
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't really post anything anymore.
You're a big composter?
I wouldn't say big, but a dedicated composter.
Oh, good for you.
So, but it's really fun because I did it with my daughter. It was one of these things I was like, you're kind of looking for projects in lockdown, and LA was very locked down. I don't think people remember how much Los Angeles was, you really couldn't do anything for a long time. So I escaped to Colorado for 3 months and then came back when it was slightly letting us do stuff. And then I got online and I'd always sort of like, you know how you hear you're not supposed to put your food scraps and you hear all this stuff, like it's just much better if you just, you take all your vegetable choppings and most of the thing and your bread and whatever and you compost it. Then I learned about vermicular composting. You know what vermicular composting is? You got a worm farm. So I got a really cool urban worm farm tower, and my daughter loves them because they call them their pets. And so you have this incredible system where you can stack, you put your disposable garbage, your garbage is way less smelly, you have to put way less down the drain, composting, whatever. You feed the worms, worms replicate, and I think what you remember from last year, wherever you went, and every 5 weeks, you see a worm orgy. And you haven't lived until you open that thing up and you see a worm orgy. It's wild. It's wild. I mean, there's props, there's hats, there's all sorts of, there's glitter. I don't know where they get the glitter. I think it's wild. It's like Babylon, like in worm form. It's filthy. But anyways, but you feel really good about it because then when you get the trays, and I've become a bit of a gardener as well, it's black gold. You literally, like 3 months later, all this trash and refuse on your lower tray is pure, beautiful black gold. You sprinkle that on all your plants, boom, 3 weeks later, they're flowering, they've grown 3 inches. So it's a real nice little system. And then my daughter has names for all of them. So they're like, she loves it. And I'm a farm kid originally. Are you like rural or city?
No, I grew up in the country.
Yeah, I'm a country kid too. Yeah. And so it's just nice to have a little bit of like, worm garden, like farming kind of vibe in the city.
We're not going to talk about composting this whole time, but so your system is like a tiered system.
It's a stack tower.
Because I have one of those big like
you got the barrel?
rotating barrels,
Yeah.
and I was really into it for a while, but then it just sits there. I don't know. I mean, I got some stuff out of it, but it was pretty gross.
But
I'm sure I'm not doing it right.
Now, were there worms in? You're welcome, Las Vegas.
No.
It's composting with Dave and Gil.
Start our own YouTube channel.
Did you have to like put worms in it or no?
No,
just one of those rotating
there were
ones?
no humping worms.
Well, they don't really hump, Gil. They don't have legs.
Yeah, they do.
You need legs. No, like they're more like and that's the song they
You've
sing.
seen someone do the worm before, right?
Oh, can you do it still?
No.
You want to break your nose?
I think I tried at a convention a long time ago.
I had a buddy try at a convention. He broke his nose on stage. Yeah, that's the worm doing the worm is for the youngins. But thank you for your question, and you're welcome, everybody. Hi.
Hi.
Is that Skylar?
Yeah.
Hi, Skylar. I met Skylar at the table.
Yeah.
She had a good question for me. I said, save it.
What was she doing gambling at the tables?
Well, no, I didn't say it like that. Skylar,
Save it.
save
Stop
it.
talking.
You shut up. You shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Save it for
Skylar,
stage.
sit down. No, I said, Skylar, come share.
Okay, so I wanted to say, before my question, I love Henry Winchester, but I like Catch a little more, so my question's for Catch.
That is an unpopular opinion, Skylar. But I
It's all good,
Not in my
Skylar.
book.
I have
It's okay.
Not in my book. Okay. So, how did you get your British accent? How did you figure it out and master it?
Okay. Well, I've talked about it before, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who have heard about it before. the first thing I really did was, because it also changed in the audition process. I actually went in as sort of an East End Cockney guy, and then they decided to flip sort of the more erudite, they wanted to make the more officey, uptight guy a Cockney, and then make the bruiser, the assassin, posh English gentleman. And so it went through an evolution in the audition process, but then they said, right before my final callback, they said, we want a very posh, the James Bond of Supernatural. And so I was fortunate enough that I have one of the very last of a dying breed, like 3% of the UK, they estimate, now speaks what's called received pronunciation, which would have been the BBC's live Kings and Queens English. And it's much more regional now, even on the BBC. And so I have this very posh uncle named Uncle Dave, and he is literally one of the last chin waggers. Like, he literally goes, right, yes, right. And not ironically. It's like, oh yes, indeed, yes, right. Good, yes. And you're having tea with him, and you're like, I am having tea with a proper Englishman. And he went to Oxford, Cambridge, which I'm showing you now. And so I had him, me and my brother would do him.
What? It's like a weird turn, man. Nobody saw that coming.
You cannot leave double entendres hanging with this crowd. It's something I've learned from being out of it. It's like, even now you're like, what? It suited us perfectly for Kendricks, didn't it?
You and your brother were tag teaming your uncle. Continue.
Another AO3, right? So we would take the piss, we would do imitations behind his back. We loved making imitations of Uncle Dave. And then I was also a big Star Wars nerd and also a David Lean fan. So I cobbled together sort of, it was like 70% my Uncle David Gilmour, and then like a little bit of Grand Moff Tarkin sprinkled in for the arch bits, and then the David Lean Bridge on the River Kwai. And then just an accent tape, and literally, I don't know if you know this, but no one knew who I was, so I just showed up day one on the show in accent, and I never dropped it for all of season 12. So there was actually bets on me if I was actually British by the end, because I'd let it drop a little bit with like the crew every once in a while, because that's the thing, because I'm really speak like Canadian. I speak like a fucking hoser, right? When I'm like hanging out with my buddies, put a couple of beers in me, pal, and I'm fucking this guy. Oh, fuck yeah there, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's and on the Vancouver crew, they're like from Winnipeg and BC and frickin' Alberta, there, buddy. So they get real folksy, and you put a couple of shows in me, bro. I'm talking like this there, buddy. Fucking right, eh? Let's go get a 2-4 pill and get the truck and go start a bonfire and fuck some beavers.
Go get a two what, Phil?
A 2-4.
A 2-4.
A 2-4 is a pallet of beer in cans. You get a nice pallet, a 2-4 of beer. Right. Go get some Dunkin' Donuts. How dare I? I know. You know what I just did, Canadians. Anyone who knows Canadians. Timmy Ho's, brother. Frickin' Timmy Ho's. Anyways, so to preserve the guy, I felt like I had gotten the role, and I really needed to make sure I wasn't thinking about the accent at all. So I literally, on the drive to set, would have my accent tape for 15 minutes, and then I would have my lines on tape in the accent, and I would just drill, so that when I was on set, I wasn't thinking about the accent, and that's how.
Did you record yourself saying the lines, or did you have somebody else?
No, I did them. Because I was deep enough in the received pronunciation. I had done it for theater before,
sure.
like Shakespeare and stuff. So I had it in, and I just wanted to carve it out more, so that's how Ketch's punchable toffee nose accent came to be. There we are. Excellent. Right.
Hello.
This question's for David. I found whenever you came on screen, I would find myself in my mind saying, sometimes out loud, Mr. Ketch. And I wonder...
And your therapist said, you're a mean one.
If you were able to play another character in a movie or TV show, would you choose James Bond, Austin Powers or Mr. F?
Mr. F.
It's from Arrested Development.
Oh,
Anyone
yes.
watches it?
Right, of course. Oh my God, Arrested Development, of course. If I was going to pick my favorite of those,
If you were going to play that character.
well, I don't think there's, listen, between you, me, and Gil, if someone came along and said, you want a shot at Bond?
Or Mr. F.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even if I was the worst Bond ever and the Broccolis put me in and I totally failed and I was a oneer, you still have to go make that movie at that level of movie making with that level of budget because you've been on a big budget movie before. Like we've been on indies, we've been on commercials, we've been on all of it, right? It's really something to watch when you get to that 150 million plus kind of a movie. It's a totally different animal of shooting. I find it's almost too slow. Have you found that? Like when you're on like a big show?
I don't think I've worked on a $150 million film. But I could imagine that, when you have that kind of money and that kind of time, like...
But it almost feels like they're burning money. Like it's almost, it's almost too much time in the trailer. And I've heard this from like when you're shooting TV, like Supernatural, that's called a page count day. So you're on a nice wide schedule, you're doing 6 pages, but sometimes they're making you do 8.5, and that's fast. That's fast for TV language, right?
Right.
And movies.
And a film.
And TV movies. And TV movies, they shoot
page and a
3
half.
pictures. That's right. And a film is like a page, half a page, especially if they're doing action. And you're doing like, instead of 3 takes, you're doing up to 25 to 50. On a Fincher film, you're doing 70 takes. That's a whole different thing. So, I gotta go with just the actor Dave would want to just take a shot at a big action feature. Great question though. Thank you.
Thank you.
But the comedy Dave wants to do Mr. F, of course. Don't touch it. That's what she said. Okay. Hi.
Hi, my name's Ed. I'm from Las Vegas.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, and my question's initially for David, but Gil's here, so we want to get you involved then too.
Hey,
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it.
Listen, as I always say though too, I get paid the same just to sit. So,
I'm good.
So we had, David, we had talked about an hour ago about this. We're actually going shopping out here in Las Vegas this evening. And I want to kind of get input and the confirmation that if we're going shopping and we're buying some sort of a prosthetic prop, what would be the preferred color?
I think you should all come to photo ops tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. Don't you get to choose the color, bro? You don't even know what you're picking.
Oh, yeah.
Pick it.
I get to choose the color?
You said.
No, I'm not going to touch this one. This is a trap.
It's totally a trap.
It's a trap.
It's such a trap. Well, you suggested purple.
Eggplant? Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Listen, I just think with this community you can never go wrong with rainbow, so let's make a rainbow if you can find one. With some glitter on it. Nice. And some worms. Let's have a party. All right.
Have it shoot glitter. What? You have to keep it it's in your car?
Are we playing Mad Libs? What's happening here? The worms or the thing? The item? No, you can put it in a bag. Put it in a discreet paper bag.
Put it in a box.
It's in the box. It's in the box. It's in the box.
I don't know why you guys are talking about a prosthetic penis, but
Why did you go to penis? Who said penis?
oh, I always.
That's on you, Gil.
I always.
That's on you, bro.
You got me. Go straight to penis every time.
Darling Dr. Freud.
I worked on a film a couple years ago, a little movie called Metamorphosis, and they made me a prosthetic. They spent all this money on this hideous. It looked like a caveman's dick. It was just awful.
Question? How do you know what a caveman dick looks like?
I just imagine. Just as ungroomed as it possibly can be.
Super fluffy.
Yeah.
Super fluffy.
And I was like, I'm
like
not
a cheetah
wearing
dick.
that. That is absurd.
So they wanted to put it on you for a full frontal thing?
Yeah, they thought they might have some shots of me running naked through the woods, and they might need something, you know, the silhouette of something.
Yeah, did they give you a heft though, at least, like some Dirk Diggler style?
It was a good size.
Yeah.
It was a good size, but it was kind of hard to tell because there was just so much hair. And I had this, I don't know why I didn't keep it.
You didn't keep it?
I should have kept it, idiot. But I had a picture of it on my phone for a long time, and so my daughter found it.
And you're like, babe, that's just vermicular composting. It's nature.
That's vermicular composting. It looked like vermicular composting.
With a king at the helm.
Yeah, I have to be really careful with my phone nowadays because my daughter likes to come in early in the morning, and she thinks I don't hear her, but she comes in like real quiet, and she goes and steals my phone, and then she goes and gets in her top bunk, and I'm like, I gotta be really careful about what I'm storing on that device.
Yeah. Yeah, that would traumatize a young child.
Yeah.
I can't believe you didn't keep it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
You can wear it as a hat. You know, like, I don't know.
Just keep it in the car.
Just a goblin.
Just in case.
Hey, for rideshare, you can put it in the front seat. You're like, I'm in the...
Use the carpool lane.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. No, I have a...
I thought this counted.
I have a passenger. It's a full-grown male.
His name's Dick, and...
Oh, God.
Okay, hey. Okay, fine.
Hi, I'm Erin, and my question is for Gil.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. What's up, Aaron?
I would like to know when we're going to get another album from you.
Man. Yeah, I've been getting that question lately. As soon as I find the time and inspiration to write some of my own stuff, because like the EP was awesome. There were 2 originals on there. And some cool covers, but I think the next one I need to have, you know, mostly original stuff. So I appreciate the question. I don't know why I've just kind of put it on the back burner, but you guys have been so supportive in all that, and none of it would have happened, frankly, if it wasn't for you guys. I was telling the group in the meet and greet earlier, like I need some help, you know? I need to be like steered in the right direction a lot of times. And you guys definitely did that for me with the music. So I'm gonna sing tomorrow night. Well, I'll be at karaoke tonight, obviously. You guys coming to that? All right. Yeah, it's, you know, Fergus is not gonna be here. R.I.P. R.I.P.
Are you hosting now?
No.
Oh. Who's hosting? Whatever? Free for all?
Just
people just come up on stage. I'm singing now!
But yeah, we're gonna sing. I'll sing tomorrow night. I'm excited. I love singing up here with this band, this amazing band.
Will you sing at karaoke as well?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
Will.
What's your karaoke go-to?
You know, for the longest time, it was At This Moment by Billy Vera and the Beaters. And the Beaters. What a cool name. Oh, you're hilarious. Yeah, but you know, I don't know. I feel like I need to come up with something new, something different. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on doing a bit.
Are you singing?
No, I'm not anymore.
No?
But I'm doing karaoke all year for a little bit of it. I think I'm gonna work up a bit of karaoke again.
Good.
Yeah, I think I need to do a song in karaoke.
Yeah.
I think I need a party song.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not gonna be tonight, but maybe in Dallas. Maybe it'll premiere in Dallas.
Oh, yeah, you guys just go to Dallas.
Come to Dallas. Come get some.
Go get some Dallas.
But I always do sing along with people and dance. You always have a private dancer with David and Jones if I come to karaoke. You'd be guaranteed of that. Hi.
Hi guys, this question is for both of you.
Perfect.
Actually, I don't know why I'm really nervous right now, but I am. I'm glad I wrote this down or texted to myself. If you could speak with any famous person, dead or alive, who would it be? And what would the topic be?
If I could skeet with any human...
What?
Talk to anyone.
Talk, speak.
Shoot skeet? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, Elvis immediately pops into my head. I'd probably talk to him about his diet and fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches. No, I mean, I've talked to, I don't know, Elvis just, there'd be so much to talk to Elvis
I feel like
about.
you would have a pretty decent Elvis imitation. Did you ever have that in your back pocket? Like
Yeah,
sing like him?
I actually got to play Elvis in a little movie years ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, small part, movie called Elvis Has Left the Building. And there's like flashbacks. Kim Basinger was the lead, and when she was a little girl, her character met Elvis. So there was like like 2 or 3 little flashbacks throughout the film. So yeah, that was a blast. That was like a dream come true. I got to drive like a '55 pink Cadillac, and it was cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah, man.
I would love to speak to Einstein, because I was sort of...
Nerd.
Yeah, total nerd, 100%. 100%. Well, I almost went into quantum physics.
You did?
I did. So I was in, my first year of university was general science, and I was on scholarship for pre-med, like biophysics, and then biochem, and then physics and calculus. And I had to pick one. And I was really into it. I'm still really into string theory and like infinity. Had anyone watched the new Netflix documentary on Towards Infinity? No, a resounding no. You're on your own, nerd. I'm like, who wants to do some math?
Science.
You do.
Science. Wait, what's the documentary? I feel like I've heard of this.
It's Towards Infinity, I think it's called. It just dropped. But it's like, do not watch it stoned, I'm telling you. And there's another one, there's the black hole one. Did you see the black hole one, like talking about the event horizon? Nobody. What? Ah!
She's right now?
It's... You're like, it's so much better than your panel and your worm porn.
Your worm orgy story.
All right, but yeah, Einstein. I mean, the brain of an accountant that taught us, relative, and gave us E equals MC squared, and talked about time, and that time is a construct and relative at speeds approaching the speed of light, and all of our quantum physics that are based on that. I would love to pick his brain and just hear him talk, because he's so iconic. And you just wonder, like, if that accent that everyone does for Einstein, if he's like actually talks that way. He's like, yeah. So listen, bro. Here's what happens when you hit a black hole. But
that's cool. I didn't know that about you. I didn't know you were such a brain. Look at the big brain on this guy. I mean, I'm not surprised. You've got a substantial head.
What's your hat size?
7.5, I believe.
7.5, yeah.
Yeah. What's yours?
7 5/8.
Ooh.
It's a noggin. And
it's just more a little bit bigger than mine.
7 3/4. Yeah, but it's like the hat size. It feels like it's exponential.
Yeah.
We'll try on hats together later.
That's what.
That's not even a double entendre. I can't even.
That's how I know you're a star.
It's like code.
You've got a serious noggin. Like some of the biggest stars have massive heads.
I think it was.
It's true.
Now you're just looking for him. All right.
Patrick Swayze, big head.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I love the Swayze.
Yeah.
Let's take another question.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, fellas.
Thank you.
So, I'm from England. This question is for David.
Oh dear.
I actually wanted to compliment you first on your English accent.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well done. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
I think I've got some fellow Brits in the room.
You're rather, and you sound rather posh yourself.
Well, maybe a little.
No, yes you are.
My question to you is, have you been to England?
Oh.
If you have, what is your favourite part? And can you please answer that in your English accent, because it really is rather good.
Well, thank you very much. Now, it all depends, darling, how you feel about the Welsh. Are you Welsh positive?
I am not. No, I'm not.
Oh, you're
South coast
not.
of England. Yeah.
So, the tribalism in the UK is real, motherfuckers. It's real. I mean, you can be across the bridge in Manchester. There's like those fucking tossers over there, you know. Not those bloody EastEnders again. South, and it's South London. Well, I gotta go. I do have to say, like, London's an incredible city. My brother's lived there for the last 35 years. I mean, it's just a massively cool city, challenging, wild, wonderful. Just such an international destination. But I must say, many times as a kid and now as an adult, I've gone up to Northern Wales, which is where my dad was born. So he's a native North Walian. And I just love when I'm up on the hills talking about shagging a sheep and like that, you know.
It's a lot of bestiality in this.
No, but that's how you keep.
Today.
Oh, but that's how you keep warm, Delbach, up in the mountains of Snowdonia. Oh, they're so fluffy and warm, and they're all named Jones, so that's lovely too. So yes, I do like the Welsh. I'm sorry that you don't like them, but I find it quite lovely and charming up there. Thank you and good night.
What even is a tosser? That's it?
Yeah.
That's a tosser.
Well, they have a lot of like wanker, tosser.
But it's all that.
It's all like, yeah, you fuck off, what? You fucking tosser.
Yeah.
That's what I do in East End, right? Am I right? Fuck.
Hi, y'all.
Hi.
This message is for both of you. My name's Annie. David, I don't know if you remember me from a couple of cons last year. I'm your lazy stalker.
Oh yes, the lazy stalker. The lazy stalker. By the way, if you're gonna get yourself a stalker,
get lazy one.
Someone who procrastinates. I'm thinking about coming to your house, but I'm watching Breaking Bad right now. Get stoned.
Netflix.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever went into a role knowing you were going to play it one way, and then as it went further, you decided that you were going to go in a completely different direction?
Ooh, that's a good question. Because that's sort of an actor process question too. Can we get a little actor nerdy? Yeah? I think you want to, tell me if you agree with this. You want to do as much homework and prep as you think you need, but you never want to commit to choices and the same with auditions, right? Because the director, you'll think you know, well, for example, Catch. I went in with a beard, scruffy hair, and a motorcycle jacket for my first time, and then I ended up going in clean shaven with slick back hair and a tuxedo. So even with the audition process, you didn't know where it was going. So I think you have to know the logic and the story and the world and do enough imagination work, but it is a collaborative art form. So the director and the producers may have totally other ideas, so you gotta kind of be flexible and improvisational. Does that make sense? Gil?
Yeah, absolutely.
Agree with some of that?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the tendency, especially like early on in my career, would be to go in with these choices and be like totally
like,
prepared.
This is how it's going.
Yeah, and then that can be challenging if you find yourself in a place where it's just not working.
Well, also too, it doesn't leave you a place to go on set when you need to be adaptable, right?
Sure.
Because you're so locked, and you've seen locked in actors, right, before?
Yeah.
And sometimes they get in the weeds because they're like, holy shit, how I thought this was supposed to go, and I'm still sticking with this thing.
Right.
And then it's not working.
Yeah. I worked on a show, I don't know why this popped into my head. I worked on a show called Major Crimes years ago, and I went in and I had it was kind of a heavy scene. I don't remember anything about the show, it's been so long, but it was kind of a heavy scene, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't working. And at that point, I was like, thank God I had a wonderful director who was also an actor, Paul McCrane, and he, I mean, I was not in the right place at all in this one scene, and he was able to kind of get me back on track. And
Isn't it nice when directors know how to speak actor though? Because there's a language.
So nice.
Because what happens sometimes, you get directors that are all about the shot or the lighting or the technical, and they are just like, yeah, just do that thing and make it faster. Well, that was the complaint with George Lucas actually. There's very famous Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford will all be like, I mean, Lucas is a goddamn genius, but he had no idea how to talk to actors. He was just like, do it faster with more intensity is Harrison Ford's famous joke about Lucas directing an actor. Faster, more intensity.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with that? That's a result note.
My favorite one would be, I used to get this from casting directors earlier, and I'd be like, just throw it away. Just throw it away. It's like, throw it away? Throw it away?
In the trash!
Like, just throw the line away.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something to it. But yeah, I love getting to work with directors that are actors, and the ones that are...
Richard Speight, for example. Richard Speight, wonderful director. I've been lucky to be directed by him twice. On the show. So he's, and again, just such a good actor that knows how to talk actor. And cares about it. And that's the other thing. A director that cares about the acting. Because not all do, which is interesting. And I think it shows sometimes.
I've worked with some absolute nightmares. I did a commercial a year or so ago. It was a Christmas spot for Mercedes. And, well, I probably shouldn't say this like in a public forum, but the director was not an actor's director at all, and it was trying, to say the least. And like when you're working on a commercial too, like you've done enough of them to know it's like they don't really give a shit. Like what? Like it's not about you; it's about the product, right? So. So anyway, this director was, it was a 3-day shoot, and it was, I don't think I could have gone back a 4th day. It was really bad.
Oh no, that sucks when you're just not, you don't want to go back to work.
No, I've never, I've never had that feeling of like, I don't want to go to set tomorrow.
Knock on wood.
You know?
I've heard horror stories though.
Yeah.
I had a props guy. This is for one of those sippin' smiles, they used to call them in the biz. There's biting smiles and there's sipping smiles. There's for a diet soda. Okay, I won't name names because I want more money. But apparently I was holding the can wrong, and I was fucking up his Evian Dew he was putting on the side of the diet soda. He's like, would you just hold the can right for camera? And this wasn't the director. This was the props guy. Wow. And I was like, F my life right now.
Yeah.
This better run a ton. I did not study Shakespeare to get yelled about the dew on the side of a can.
That's what you should have done. I know.
I've worked with Peter O'Toole. You, sir, are a daft shite. I shall be in my trailer. I'm also 22 years old and I need this job. I said good day.
That's good.
Because you know you can't. You can't say shit. Like you're just an up and coming actor. You're just like, I got a commercial, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways,
tosser.
Great question. Hi.
Hello. I'm Joni.
Oh, is that Joni, the Joni, and Chachi and Annie?
Oh, should we go to the other side? I'm sorry, they're saying we should go to the other side.
Oh, what? Oh, other side. Did we miss? Oh, sorry. Last question.
Yes. All right.
We'll be here tomorrow.
This is for Gil.
Perfect.
All right.
If you remember Nashville 21, I got pulled on stage to sing with Sam Smith. Save a horse, ride a cowboy. What the hell were you doing to that tree?
Oh man, yeah.
He doesn't remember.
I saw some pictures and videos, but you talking about the tree that was over there, had lights in it?
Successfully massacred, yes.
Yeah.
Rode into oblivion.
I used it like a prosthetic.
Was it a massacre or was it?
I rode it like a horse, basically.
Gil, was it a massacre or was it sweet love?
You saved a cowboy with it.
Sweet love.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to behave myself tonight, guys. I don't want any more stories.
Please don't.
Do you guys remember when I humped Osric and popped his inflatable Baymax costume?
Do we?
Yes. That was cool.
I need to party with you more, Gil.
Do we share that moment once a con? Yes, we do.
Is that legendary?
Yeah.
Was that a karaoke?
It's one of Richard Spade's favorite stories. Yeah. He would share that at every show. All right. On that note,
ladies and gentlemen,
see you guys at karaoke.
Give it up for David Hadyn.